Welcome back out to the home of the Golden Eagles. Once again, it's time for men's hoops action and a packed house on the lower bowl for the Golden Eagles on the far side as they take on Eastern Wyoming in the first round of the men's Region 9 play-ins, looking to try and punch their ticket to take on Western Nebraska up in Casper on Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. And this one should be a fun one. Last time these two teams matched up against each other, 109 points for the Golden Eagles, 97 for Eastern Wyoming. And the Golden Eagles looking for the sweep and a tough three-game sweep against a Eastern Wyoming team that's also coming off of an upset from Casper College. And as the Golden Eagles get things started, a tough break at the opening of this one. A tough drive by Starks, got to the hoop but rolled one around the rim. And Eastern Wyoming opens up with a chance to maybe strike the scoreboard first as John Barbie cuts into the hoop, gives it to Kritnick, and Kritnick working against Jaden McCray can't get the first one to go, and the rebound ends up rolling off to McCray as he gets the ball back up ahead. The Golden Eagles run the court quickly inside. Brandon Chua lays one in, and L Tripp finds themselves with the early 2-0 advantage. That's Glover, gives it to the far side. Swan trying to attack against Chua, gives to Kritnick on the left wing. Lancers wearing the dark black uniforms give it to Frederick. Deep three ball, no good. Rebounded by Ben Hageman. Ben up ahead to Flacco inside as Jaden McCray gives it back out and stolen away. Chua trying to get it to Xavier McCord. Ends up seeing it back up, and McCord with a harsh rejection on the inside of Frederick gets the ball back up ahead. Then the run and gun pace from last week's game continues as both sides trying to sprint up and down the court. And right now it's going to lead to a minute and 20 seconds off of the clock, and we're right back where we started as Micah Glover lays that one up. And that is John Barbie laying that one up and in, and we're at 2-2 with 8:30 to go. McCord to the near side where Hageman trying to get in, goes back behind the dribble, and he'll float one off the front of the rim. Hageman gets the offensive board, blocked away on the inside again, nearly tipped up into the rim by Kritnick, tipped outside eventually to Hageman, who gets another offensive board as he secures it, and an offensive foul is going to get whistled on Xavier McCord driving in as he gets the contact and can't get around the defensive player. Ben Hageman fighting inside, got two offensive boards there, but again, the Golden Eagles just denied from making anything from it. Still tied at 2, nearly 2 minutes off of the clock. Fast pace. Not a lot of offense to show for it from either team. As the ball stolen away, Golden Eagles getting out onto the fast break. Starks underhands one, and it's a two-handed major flush from Xavier McCord on the assist by Tristan Starks. And L Tripp gets themselves back in front 4-2. Haven't trailed yet in this one as the Lancers from Eastern Wyoming get the ball to Frederick. Up top, Glover. Guarded beyond the arc by Hageman. Step back from Glover. Tipped and blocked away by McCray. Rebounded by Chua. Up ahead to McCray. And Jaden gets the ball blocked away at the last second, they'll say, by Barbie. McCray was looking for the foul, but the Lancers get the ball back anyways. They go to Frederick. Chua steps out beyond the three-point line to guard him. They'll go down low where McCord works against Kritnick. Backs his way in, and he'll float one over the top of the rim where Starks reels in his second rebound of the game. 4-2. Starks goes up the court. Deep step for the Euro, no good, but McCray flies in for the rebound, and Jaden with his second rebound puts up his first points of the game. He's got 2. 6-2, the Golden Eagles lead this one as Barbie crosses over Chua. He slides into the lane, trying to go for the dunk, wanted to get the foul call, leaves one off the side of the rim. McCord with the rebound. He loses the ball inside of the paint as it's going to be stripped away by Frederick. Frederick running down, outlets the ball to Swan. Swan trying to go cross court, rolls the ball into the hands of the Golden Eagles as it's tipped out of the reach of Glover. And back to Laramie County, and Starks will jog this one forward. What a pace to this game so far with 16:35 to go. Only 8 points, but both teams really trying to take it to the other early as Brandon gets the ball inside, and Chua is going to get fouled to step to the line for 2. Frederick will pick up the foul. Malik has his first. And a timeout's going to be taken by head coach Tom Anderson as everybody is going to catch their breath in this one from a frantic pace in that first half of play. 6-2, L Tripp in front though, and Chua stepping to the line where he has been an improving prospect for the Golden Eagles at the line. Over 60% on the season, but getting better and better each time he steps towards the stripe. and a chance to get his first points of the game. Golden Eagles, his third and fourth points of the game. Golden Eagles stretching the ball through the hands of a lot of players. 6 different points from 3 different players. And assists going to Tristan Starks. And Jaden McCray, by the way, with an offensive putback for part of his 2 rebounds. Golden Eagles will leave Chua alone other than Eastern around the line, as Jordan Reed will sub on for the first time, replacing Tristan Starks, and the first free throw by Chua is up and good. 6'6" freshman out of England. Early claim to fame. Played against Bronny Jr. in a overseas exhibition in London. Now back over here in the US of A and making both of his free throws on that trip to the line. Has L Trip up 8-2. Good start to this one for the Golden Eagles, as their defense has done enough to keep the Lancers from really making any type of movement. Despite the, again, quick-paced action, Glover gets trapped on the end line. That's a 5-second call as Jordan Reed stifled him, and great help defense by the Golden Eagles around. That was what you would term a coverage sack from the NFL. That was a coverage 5-second for the Golden Eagles, as a whole team combined on that one, and their defense stands strong with 16:11 to go. They bring it forward. Reed looks to the backside for Xavier McCord. He'll get it underneath the basket and lays one in, as you get him inside of that player restriction area, and he is almost dynamite every time to put in a layup. Can't let him get within inside 3 feet if you are the Lancers. Golden Eagles nearly force a turnover as Chua tips one away, but back to McCord. If he gets the ball inside, he is a lethal threat, and that's one of the reasons why the Golden Eagles love having him on this team, particularly head coach Dwayne Salisbury says, I can't say enough about what he's meant to this Golden Eagles roster. Glover hits a 3 ball as the Lancers able to answer back. 15:44 to go. Glover gets his first basket of the evening. 5-10. Golden Eagles doubling up Eastern Wyoming in this play-in round here at Storey Gymnasium. Looking to make a trip back to the Region 9 Championships. Lost to the Otero Rattlers in the semifinals, as McCord rising for a quick 3. That's good. Xavier answering back to Glover. He's got 7 points for the L Trip Golden Eagles. It's 13-5, an 8-point lead, largest of the game, matching the largest of the game. Glover tries the right side. That's Barbie trying the right side to Swan in the corner. His quick jumper, no good. Rebounded by Jordan Reed on the far side. And as the clock winds to 15 minutes to go in the first quarter, Reed gives it back up top to McCord. Screens come, set up at the top of the key. Xavier wants to go right. He'll step back, trying another 3. That one's good, and McCord up to 16 points for the team. He's got 10 of them. An 11-point lead for Laramie County, as they have come out swinging out of the gates, trying to deliver some knockout blows in these opening minutes. Left side will be Glover with the basketball, guarded by Reed. No panic from Eastern Wyoming yet, as they'll go into Barbie. Jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Glover. Gets one up over the top of McCord, but it had a little bit of an awkward spin on it, thanks to the defense by McCord, who gets the rebound and gets the Golden Eagles the possession as they'll push the pace with Reed to Chua. Left corner, Chua gives it outside to Hageman. Deep 3 ball off the front of the rim and picked up by Frederick for Eastern Wyoming, as they look to try and get this pace back to where they like it. They want to be in a run and gun type of pace. Golden Eagles need to be fast but patient when they get the ball on their side of the court. Swan drives into the lane. He'll lay one up and in. Good defense by the Golden Eagles. Forced him into an awkward adjustment as Kritnick gets it inside. He leaves one off the front of the rim, and Chua has the rebound tipped out to him. Brandon driving inside, and a blocking foul is going to get whistled against Barbie inside of the lane, and the second foul against Eastern Wyoming will be on the floor, as subs will come off for the bench, and the Golden Eagles will take advantage of it with Pedro Ellery and Demetrius McCord getting their first minutes in this one. Only 2 starters remaining, Jaden McCray and Xavier McCord. The only 2 that have started every game this season for the Golden Eagles. 26 for 26, now 27 for 27 with the start in this one. Clock winds to 13:40. As McCord brings it right side to Reed. He'll drive one up from the right corner. That's no good. The rebound outside to McCray as he gets his second offensive rebound. Finds Ellery in the left wing. That one rolls no good. Demetrius McCord gets it inside. His layup no good. And it's Kritnick there for the rebound. A couple opportunities. Good looks for the Golden Eagles. And that's something that, again, you're not going to get every one of them, but you want to take advantage of the ones you get. Varisto talking about taking advantage of those. His first minutes, and Ade Varisto, a Finnish freshman, is going to knock home his first triple, and it's 16-8. As back down to single digits, the lead is trimmed by Eastern Wyoming. McCord driving, he'll float one up. That's good, and he is in fuego to start this one out. 12 of the 18 points for the Golden Eagles in this first quarter. His final home game for his home fans, and he is looking to try and give them a show, and he has done so far. Varisto on the near wing, guarded by McCord, forces the pass to the hands of Frederick. Kick to the corner for Glover. Pump fakes. Now draws Jordan Reed to him. Varisto pump fakes. Now he takes his time with a second three, and that one from the top of the key finds nothing but the bottom of the net. Ade Varisto with back-to-back threes. He's trying to match what McCord's doing, but the Golden Eagles super sophomore has done more and has them up 18-11. He gets the ball down low, and another one for McCord. He's got 14 of the 20 points for Laramie County. Left side, Varisto trying to answer back. That one no good. On the skip, it bounces to Pedro Ellery, who's got his first board, and the foul's going to be whistled against Eastern Wyoming. 20-11 is the foul picked up by Kritnick. I believe Kritnick, for them to flash that one up onto the board, and timeout's going to be taken by head coach Dwayne Salisbury with 12:09 to go. Still haven't flashed up who that's on. I believe, again, on Kritnick, it could be on John Barbie, which would be his third. Either way, 3 team fouls. Or, excuse me, I think it's just a timeout now that I think about it for the Golden Eagles. Nobody really had anything flash. Maybe that's why I didn't see anything flash to the scoreboard. 20-11, here's the score in a wild back-and-forth game so far. This one has been an insane back-and-forth contest between these two sides. $12:09 to go. By the way, thank you, first of all, to everybody who showed up today. Military Appreciation Day, as well as Faculty Appreciation Day, and far side bleachers overflowing into the upper deck here at Storey Gymnasium with a good crowd on hand, and they've been treated to a show with 12:09 to go in the first half. The offense for the Golden Eagles has definitely done their part for this one, as Jordan Reed will inbound this one, and that offense being led by Xavier McCord. We're in the bright pink shoes this afternoon. This ball is going to be taken by Reed, given to the right side for Ellery, who takes his second three-ball attempt, no good, and the foul is going to be whistled inside against Eastern Wyoming and picked up by David Andrew, the freshman out of Littleton, Colorado. The former Littleton Lion, now Eastern Wyoming Lancer, gives the Golden Eagles another opportunity. His first foul, third team foul against the Lancers as McCord rises for the inbounds play. Gives it to Ellery for another chance, and he's unfortunately 0 for 3 to start this one out. Varisto gives the ball off to Barbie. Near side, Swan steps in to 15 feet before passing it back outside to Glover. Now Swan, and his three-ball high off of the front rim is going to be bounded up by Xavier McCord for his third rebound of this first half. 14 of the 20 points coming from Xavier McCord. He's going to ISO up, drives inside, lays one off of the glass, make it 16 of the 22 points for Laramie County coming from McCord as he's doubling up EWC along with his Golden Eagle teammates. 22-11 as Glover gives it to Barbie, driving off of Ellery, and a foul's going to be whistled. Pedro is going to see an inbound from the sideline on the far side, and the Eastern Wyoming foul picked up by Hauser, I believe. Excuse me, it's on Ellery. I apologize. I was getting my sides mixed up on who had the basketball at that time. That's actually just the Second team foul on the Golden Eagles is inside. Abdullah Muhammad, who just subbed on for the Golden Eagles, gets the rebound after a missed layup. Starks up ahead, feeds it to a wide open Demetrius McCord under the hoop. And Demetrius gets his first basket as the Golden Eagles lead it by 13, game high for the Golden Eagles in this one. Barbie goes outside to Varisto. Ade working against Abdullah Muhammad, well outside the three-point. Abdullah keeping it simple, drives him along the free throw line, and the pass stolen away by Demetrius McCord, who glides up the court. He gets inside, leaves it short, and the ball tipped up and in by Abdullah Muhammad for his first basket of this one. Abdullah also getting the offensive rebound on the play, and he'll force a awkward pass out beyond the three-point line, and then McCord forcing some tough defensive shots. But a three ball dropped home by Micah Glover for his second triple of the game makes it 26-14. And we continue with the torrid pace as Starks from the right side drops home a three. Tristan gets his first bucket of the game, and a timeout taken by the Eastern Wyoming Lancers as head coach Tom Anderson calling a timeout. He wanted to talk about something with the officials, and I think it was the tip in by Abdullah Muhammad, because he was trying to say, hey, it was still around the cylinder when he got to it, and the officials say, hey, that's not what we saw. We saw that one roll off as it sets at 29-14, and L Tripp continues to double up Eastern Wyoming as they have arrived in this one ready to play, and that's what it was going to take. The Golden Eagles, realistically, when you look at this team, talent-wise, they are one of the top teams in Region 9. They've just had moments throughout the season where they haven't necessarily played consistently. And I think that's what's they're really peaking at right now, is that consistency side of things. And that's why they've put up 29 points against Eastern Wyoming. And this is a team that loves to get out on the fast break too. That's when their creativeness can come out. That's when they really feed the ball to each other a lot. And that's when you don't start getting stuck in kind of a half-court vibe with this team. And they can play in the half court too, don't get me wrong. They've been able to do that against Western Wyoming multiple times this year. They've been able to do that against Casper several times this year in some tight games with the Thunderbirds. But really, this team thrives the most when they can use that long length and those long strides down the court to their advantage. It'll be Eastern Wyoming ball out of the timeout with 10:08 to go as the ball gets given off to Barbie. Guarded by Starks beyond the three-point line, gets a step on him, floats one up in the lane, and gets it to go. John Barbie's got his fourth point, and it's a 16-point game for Eastern Wyoming. Down by 13, though. L Tripp, they have been on fire to start this one out, and aggressive to start this one out. I think that's almost more impressive than the side of being on fire. Tristan Starks drives into the lane. He's going to get fouled before the shot, so I'll call this one on the floor with 9:43 to go. Fourth team foul against Eastern Wyoming. It'll be an inbounds play coming up after the media timeout, and we will keep it here for the media timeout, as we want to remind you that today's broadcast presented by all-star sponsors Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, as well as Little America Hotel and Resort Cheyenne. Cowboy, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, as well as the Office Bar and Grill, are our All-American sponsors. The MVPs include Cheyenne Family Dentistry, MHP CPA, as well as A&B Bank. And the starting lineup sponsors featuring Eldridge Eye Center, Hearst Applegate Wyoming Attorneys, Riverstone Bank, Bailey Stock, Harmon, Cottom, Lopez LLP, the Compass Wealth Group, and Cheyenne Women's Clinic are starting lineup sponsors. And finally, the team captains include Wyo Edge Brewing Company, Wyoprint, and Wyoming Bank and Trust. Also, a shout out to the Blue Raven Brewery and Cheyenne Pack and Ship. And as Golden Eagle Athletics really finding a good support group in the community, and thank you to all of those who have supported, especially, again, that crowd continuing it seemingly to grow on the far sideline here with 4:30 to go, or at 4:30 in the afternoon in Cheyenne, Wyoming. 29-16, your score sits with 9:43 to go, and the Golden Eagles will come out of the timeout with possession. Tristan Starks to get things going. He'll get it to the corner for Chua. Up top, Ellery. Waits for Starks to flash to the right side. Trying to go between the legs of Ade Varisto, and Ade able to pull the ball away. And it'll be Ade trying to work against Ellery on the far sideline. Ade gets some space. Gives it to Barbie. John against Starks, drives into the lane, underneath pass, stolen away by Starks as he saw it coming, and Starks gets another steal to add to his impressive total on the season. 9:15 to go, and he'll push the pace. Underneath to Ellery. Ellery got caught looking away for the pass and ends up losing the ball underneath it, travels with it once he recovered it, and turns it back over to Eastern Wyoming. Both teams out of those timeouts a little bit off balance. Defense is getting a chance to maybe adjust their attacks as the Eastern Wyoming Lancers will give it to Glover to bring forward. Driving to the baseline, spins around into some traffic, fakes underhand, goes outside to Andrew. Andrew trying to back his way into Demetrius McCord, spins around on him. Backside, they find Kritnick all alone, and he lays it through. Just good vision on that play by Kritnick as Marco gets his first basket. 29-18. L Trip leads by 11. Starks will jog this one up across the half-court stripe, crosses over on the wing. Step back three, that one off the back rim, too strong, and the rebound back to Glover. 29-18, now chance to trim it to single digits for Eastern Wyoming. Need a good defensive stance here for the Golden Eagles. Abdullah forces the ball back to the wing. Varisto, quick three from the corner, skips off of the rim outside to Demetrius McCord. He wants to get on the run. Demetrius finds Ben Hageman, who hasn't scored yet, and that changes as he's able to find some space in the lane and lays one through for his first basket. And the near steal by Ben Hageman is going to be called back the other way, and Eastern Wyoming keeps possession of it. Hageman thought he had been able to erase that one, but instead Eastern Wyoming keeps possession. Down 13. 31-18 here at Storey Gymnasium. 8:06 to go as the ball's picked up by Glover, guarded deep by Ben Hageman. Glover gets it to the left corner, pump fake there by Andrew. Goes up to Kritnick and now fakes the handoff to Varisto before dumping it to Barbie, who steps into the lane. Defense collides around him, and he's going to draw the contact from either Demetrius McCord or Brandon Chua. Two of them both left their feet and kind of converged on top of Barbie, and Brandon Chua will pick up the foul. That's the third team foul against L Trip. Officials have been letting the two teams kind of go at it inside right now in this fast-paced game, and that's only the first foul on Brandon Chua. As Barbie, who has yet to take a free throw, steps to the line. These are only the third and fourth free throws of the game, and Barbie makes the front end as both teams have been perfect. Winner of this game, if it's the Golden Eagles, will take on Western Nebraska Community College. Loser would be seeded as the 4 seed going into it, as the free throw is good on the second one, and Barbie up to 6 points in the game. It's 31-20, still an 11-point lead for L Trip. Both sides' offenses, again, slowing down quite a bit these last 3 minutes since the media timeout. Starks takes the ball, gives it up to Chua. Back to Starks again on the right side, trying to drive baseline. Passes up top to Hageman. Double team, forces him back beyond the three-point line, and now Chua wants to attack. Steps to the bend line and leaves one off the side of the rim. And Kritnick able to come down with the rebound after a fight for it. Another chance for Eastern to trim it to single digits. Another chance for a good defensive stop as Jaden McCray gets out and forces an awkward three-ball missed high up into the air by Andrew, and a Chua rebound. As the Golden Eagles moving it to Starks from the wing for three, and another bomb dropped home from deep for Tristan Starks, who's got 6. A 14-point lead for L Trip, 34-20. Swan will bring this one forward. Bounce pass up ahead to Andrew, nearly stolen away. They find Kritnick in the corner alone, and he clangs one off the side of the rim. That's picked up on the rebound by Tristan Starks, who's got 3. Up ahead to Hageman, into the lane, leaves it short, and a blocking foul called as Ben will step to the line. It's the 5th team foul, and picked up on the play by Ade Varisto, his first. Like I said, 5th team foul. Neither team, I believe, has anybody with more than 1, though. Ben Hageman at the line. Right-hander will get that one to go through. Settled off the front of the rim, and both teams remaining perfect from the line. 5 for 5 as a whole here at Storey. One more for McCord. (35-20), a 15-point lead for L Trip. And it stays at 15 as Kritnick gets up for the rebound after the second one misses by Ben. 1 of 2, though, at the line. Golden Eagles 3 of 4 at the line in the game as a team. That's a place where I'm sure Coach Dwayne Salisbury would be pleased. Glover takes the ball on the right wing. Starks trying to stay with them there as they trade off on a screen. Kritnick looked for the ball. Instead, they give it to Barbie driving into the end line. Stripped of the ball inside by Starks. Leaves one off the side of the rim as McCord gets in there. And McCord, I believe, just going to get called for a foul inside on his second. And he's going to have to take a seat on the bench possibly. That's 2 on him. And Jordan Reed's going to come in off of the bench for Xavier. Tough break there for Xavier. Looked like just some tough defense inside. And Barbie is going to step to the line where he's 2 for 2. He's got 8 points to lead all scorers for the Lancers. 14 of their 22 points coming from a pair of players. Only had 4 crack the scoreboard. Golden Eagles on the other side of things have had 7 already hit the scoreboard. Free throw number 1, no good. McCray, the only free throw I should say, no good. And McCray gets there for the rebound as Jaden able to get the box out on Kritnick. Reed hands off to Chua. Golden Eagles trying to run some motion. Chua looks deep, finds Starks, drives the left side, fade away off the back rim, no good. And the rebound this time goes to Barbie, wants to push the pace, gets inside of a cluster of Golden Eagles, and as he drives the hoop, he's stripped of the ball by McCray. Jaden able to force another turnover. Golden Eagles get on the run to the backside, and Reed drives in, who lays one in. Jordan Reed, for the first time onto the board, becomes the 8th Golden Eagle to score. 15 kind of lost that grip on the way up. And Laramie County will jog this forward with Jordan Reed taking point. Over the half-court stripe. Left-hand dribble. Reed gets around everybody. He sees the lane open up, gets extended and caught in between a couple of different Lancers, and he'll step to the line after the 6th team foul. Will earn him a pair. Lancers see that foul whistled against Glover, which is his 2nd. And Reed at the line will make the 1st. Jordan Reed started out the season as one of the hottest Golden Eagles from the free throw line. Was near 90% for most of the season. Things kind of shifted around a little bit for him as he kind of hit that freshman doldrum, but he's been able to pick up the pace again and has come on strong here in the second half. In fact, he's one of the top 50 or Fab 50 freshmen in the country from the JUCO level, according to JUCO Advocate. On far side, Frederick with the basketball, working against Tristan Starks. Dribbles to the right side, fires a pass to Swan. Wants to drive. Ben Hageman nearly forces the ball away from him. They get it back to the corner. Glover steps back for a 3. That's good. And is back down to a 14-point game, 39-25 on the 3 ball by Glover, who's got 3 of them. But back the other way, Ben Hageman answering. And the Golden Eagles get a 2-point basket to keep it at 16. Ben's got 5. Another chance this time from Barbie, no good. Kritnick gets in for the rebound. Waits for Reed, but that throws off his timing, and as Starks was falling out of bounds, he calls a timeout to save possession for the Golden Eagles after getting the defensive board. Smart play by the super sophomore out of Texas. Coming in from Allen, Texas, Timberwood High School. Timberwood, by the way, won a state championship his senior year in the 6A division for Texas Hoops, one off of the top division for Texas Hoops. And their coach, I believe, if I was looking on social media correctly, just ended up signing off after his last season, but one of the better coaches of a storied career in Texas, and you can tell that he is definitely one of the more savvy players that the Golden Eagles have, and also aggressive players that the Golden Eagles have, which is tough to see sometimes in the college game, but he does a good job of balancing it out, and he doesn't bury his team if he's having an off night, but when he catches fire, he knows that he can take fire himself too. He's led them in scoring multiple games. He's the number 2 scorer on the team at over 16 points a game. He'll give up to Chua up top of the key. Chua drives into the lane, spins with some space, but the ball blocked away, and a foul called on the block attempt. Looks like Barbie is going to pick up this one. And that is the case, so Barbie just picked up his 2nd. Golden Eagles have done a good job keeping this trio of guards for Western Wyoming College, which gave them so much trouble the first time around, quieter. Barbie, Glover, and Frederick really the starting firepower for the Eastern Wyoming Lancers when healthy, and they have, while combining for 14 points, not done a whole lot. First free throw good for Chua, makes it 42-25, 17-point lead. 18 would be the largest of the game for Laramie County. Slowly building that lead up here in the half, and they do get that second free throw from Brandon Chua to make it 43-25. Beginning to pull away here, looking to go up by 20 if they get a stop and a bucket. Right side, Glover takes the ball in the wing. Drives to the top of the key, pulls it back between the rings as Ben Hageman follows him out there. Feeds it back over to Glover. Drive up the court, stolen away by Starks. He's got the easy cruise to the lay-in, and Tristan catching some fire himself. He's got 8 for Laramie County, and they lead it by 20, 45-25. Into the lane, Frederick blocked away by Chua, but they're going to call the foul on Brandon inside. That's the 5th team foul, and Brandon picks up his 2nd. Really helped things out there as Frederick kind of got extended. Chua, I think he was expecting Brandon to not pull up quite as much and keep his run going, and Frederick was able to slow things down and get Chua caught in the middle of the air and draw the contact with 3:55 to go. Chance for 2 at the line for Frederick, who has yet to score in this game. Taken a couple of threes, but hasn't made any major impacts. Makes the front end of his free throws, though. 45-26 as Ade Varisto subs on. Demetrius McCord also checks onto the court for Brandon Chua. So Reed, Demetrius McCord, Hageman, McCray, and Starks as the second free throw follows the first through, and it'll be Hageman getting the inbound play after Frederick gets his first 2 points of the game. Hageman takes the point. He puts on the afterburners, drives into the lane, lays one up, counted, and another foul. Ben Hageman up to 7 points. He's looking for 8, and this is what I know head coach Dwayne Salisbury loves to see, is a split offensive attack for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. Xavier McCord started out as the hot hand. He got 16 of the first 22 points, but since then, Chua's up to 6 points, 7 points for Hageman, make it 8 as he makes the first or the only free throw for the and one play, and L Tripp leads it 48-27, also being helped out by 8 from Tristan Starks. Hageman sticking on Glover, the best defensive players on the team for the Golden Eagles. Hageman forces a high jumper that rainbows over his head, and Hageman gets the rebound as it's off the back rim. 48-27, 21-point lead, largest of the game as Starks gets inside. He scoops one up and lays it in. There's the half-century mark, and Tristan's up to double figures at 10. Near side, it's Glover with the ball. Demetrius McCord hands off to Frederick. Demetrius walks him to the right side, crossover. Frederick picks up his dribble and finds Andrew. Back outside to Frederick. Behind the back dribble on the right wing. Demetrius staying with him. They'll find Swan in the right corner. His 3 ball nearly took the high bounce into the cylinder, but McCray there for his 5th rebound of the game. Pulls it down for L Tripp with 3 to go. Reed on the right side wing. Gives to Hageman. Ben will slow things down a bit for the Golden Eagles, who lead by 23 points, nearly doubling up Eastern Wyoming. Hageman slides into the lane. He'll roll it along, and there's the tip-in from the backside by Jaden McCray, who's got his 2nd bucket on 6 rebounds, 3 of those rebounds offensive boards. 52-27 to answer back. A lay-in goes long by Glover. Golden Eagles got the 5-on-4 running back as Glover was a bit slow in transition. Starks tries the deep 3, and one high up off of the standard is going to end up bouncing out of bounds to Eastern Wyoming. Angled crossbar coming off of the top, really all that slowed that one down, and the Golden Eagles will see Swan inbounding this one from the far side. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Frederick will walk it to the right. Pass into Castro, who subbed on for the first time for Eastern Wyoming. Given back outside to Frederick. Can't get his shot to go as McCord there for his 3rd rebound. Gets it up the court as Demetrius will take the point. Starks backs it near the half-court stripe. Again, taking their time right now. The Golden Eagles with under 2 to go in the half. Starks left open for a deep three. That's another one deep and good. Tristan's up to 13 points, second leading scorer for the Golden Eagles, and they lead this one by an astounding 28 points in the first half. Domination by Laramie County. Ade Varisto goes up top to Frederick. Drives with the right foot, pulls outside with Hageman, walking him step for step. Frederick into the paint. He's going to be stripped of the ball, and with the whistle, the foul's going to go on Ben Hageman, drawing the ooze from the crowd. Hageman will sub over to the bench as Jackson Jones will come on for him after the first free throw by Frederick, who's at the line for the second time. He's 2 for 2. Eastern Wyoming's only missed 1 of their 5. And the first free throw good for Frederick, who's got 4 points now. 55-28. L Trip nearly doubling up Eastern Wyoming College. 27-point advantage with a minute 33 to go in the first half of play. That has been nearly all Laramie County. Frederick with one more. That's good. And we'll see the inbounds go to Jordan Reed as Starks will bring it forward. Jackson Jones, Jordan Reed, Tristan Starks, Drayden McCray, and Demetrius McCord, the 5 on the court for Laramie County. As Starks brings it left. Trying to attack Frederick for Eastern Wyoming. Gets up and under for another try at the hoop for a lay-in, and the scoop shot a little bit short, but Frederick, one of the reasons for that, gets called for his second foul, and the 9th team foul against Eastern Wyoming is going to give the Golden Eagles a step to the line. Tell you what, the defense really leading to a lot of these offensive pushes, but the offense themselves, we talked about it, this team can play in the half court, and they're showing it right now. It's not their strongest point, but they're taking advantage of it and moving the ball well. The ball movement has been spectacular in this one. First free throw, no good for Starks. The second free throw missed by Laramie County. He's looking to try and get to 14 points, just 2 off of Xavier McCord. And he does so as he drops that one through. Second leading scorer for both sides in the game as the clock winds to a minute 15 to go. Castro, guarded by Starks beyond the wing. Pulls it beyond the 3-point line and feeds it underneath to Abraham and Mbumbu. Mbumbu up top to Frederick. Picked up by Jackson Jones. Forced pass over to Swan. Drives around McCray. Stolen away on the steal is Jordan Reed. Gets it to McCord. Now Jones in the near wing. Hesitates. Drives into the lane. He's going to end up getting bumped in Mbumbu with the steal. 48 seconds to go. Frederick out on the run. Pulls the ball out as the defense got down quickly. And a deep 3 ball missed by Varisto. Forced on the miss by Jordan Reed. Rebound picked up by Flacco inside as Jaden gets his 7th rebound of the game. Starks over the half-court stripe. Holds on to the ball with 28 seconds to go and winding. 11-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Starks, step back 3. Leaves it short, but right there is Jackson Jones for the lay-in on the offensive putback. And the Golden Eagles again doubling up the Eastern Wyoming Lancers as Castro drives inside. Flacco stays up and down on the defensive stop, and with just 7 seconds on the clock, the ball is thrown out of bounds by Eastern Wyoming, and L Trip 2 points away from putting up 60 in the quarter is a defensive stop away from absolute domination of Eastern Wyoming in this opening half. Mbumbu nearly loses the ball outside Frederick. Pump fakes as McCord gets in his way. Frederick fading away at the horn. Can't get it to go. And the Golden Eagles get themselves a nice little comfortable cushion of 58-29 in the first half as we head to the halftime break. Golden Eagle basketball looking to punch a ticket to Casper. They'll play Western Nebraska in the opening round quarterfinal matchup at 5 o'clock if they can hold on to the lead, and that's looking pretty good so far. We'll take a break, come back with more after this. You're listening to Golden Eagle Athletics on LCCC Golden Eagle YouTube. Welcome back out to Laramie County Community College's home away from home, Storey Gymnasium, as the men's basketball team in some good control of this contest, a 58-29 lead. I think good control is an understatement for this one, as the Golden Eagles absolutely rolling through Eastern Wyoming right now. Numbers from the first half, 63% from the field for the Golden Eagle men's basketball team. How about 5 of 11 from 3, and their best shooting performance from the free throw line all season, 9 of 11, as they look to try and take down the Eastern Wyoming Lancers and move on to Casper College, where they will take on Western Nebraska Community College in the first round after Western Nebraska survived North Platte 87-86. And Eastern Wyoming is going to start off with a little bit of momentum of their own. As driving into lane, John Barbie gets fouled. And Ben Hageman picks up the first team foul for the Golden Eagles in the second half, his second foul as an individual. Barbie, now with 10 points, leads all scorers for Eastern Wyoming, make it 11 as he's able to drop home the second free throw, or the free throw, I should say, not the second free throw, and it's 32-58. Still a 24-point lead for the Golden Eagles, and it has been a team effort to easily say the least. 16 points from McCord, 14 for Starks, Hageman with 8, and 8 different Golden Eagles getting into the scoring, and we've got a whistle on the floor as Jaden McCray ends up taking a tumble. And picking up equipment from everybody right now. Looks like the glasses lens for McCray got popped out, and I think they're going to have to sub him out while they get that fixed as Abdullah Muhammad picks up off of the bench, and he's going to get onto the court. So now equipment malfunction. Well, they might let McCray stay out there then in this case, as the athletic trainer, Sarah Sharon, bringing McCray with her. They are going to take him off right now while they get those glasses put back out there onto the court, and I think it's going to stay Golden Eagle ball. It was just a head injury possibilities. They wanted to stop things and make sure that the glasses didn't get shattered out there on the court by somebody standing on them. So it will still be Golden Eagle basketball, and no change of possession, no fouls, no anything other than just an inbounds play to protect player safety as the ball will be inbounded underneath, and Abdullah Muhammad gets left all alone and flushes it for his 4th point of the game, and he'll trip up 60-32. What a pass and a find by the play. He slipped through the screen. Nobody followed him, and the freshman out of Massachusetts drops home his second basket. 19 minutes, 12 seconds to go as the Golden Eagles hold on to the advantage by 28 points. Jumper from the near side wing, missed by Glover, and a foul called on Kritnick inside this time, as he ends up holding on to Muhammad. And Marco picks up his first. Golden Eagles looking to try and take advantage of that and build the lead to 30, which would be a game high. 29 has been their game high previous. They could go to 31 if they get a 3-point shot here, but just trying to work that lead up continually. As Starks takes it beyond the wing, patiently waits for Xavier to flash at the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper off the side of the rim, no good. And the rebound rolls out to the left where Glover picks it up, and he'll try and weave his way through traffic. Eventually feeds it to Swan. His 3-ball over the back of the backboard and out of play as McCord will hand it off to the official, and the Golden Eagles get the inbound. McCray back on for Abdullah Muhammad. Good short stint for Abdullah Muhammad there as he ends up with a bucket for the Golden Eagles. The only bucket of the second half so far for them. Is happy to have you here with us on on LCCC Golden Eagle Athletics YouTube. Nearly an offensive rebound for McCray. Floats one back to Starks. It's going to be ended up stolen away by Eastern Wyoming. They get onto the run and into the lane. Barbie lays one off of the rim and in. John Barbie's got all 5 points for the Lancers. 2 minutes off of the clock. Lead down to 26. Lancers on a 5-2 run to start out the second half. Starks pump fakes from 3. Hageman takes it into the lane all the way through. Reverse layup, gets it to go, and Ben Hageman up to double figures, becomes the 3rd Golden Eagle to achieve that feat, and they lead at 62-34 with 7:45 to go. Back outside, Frederick, his 3-ball off the front of the rim. Cold shooting from 3 for the Lancers as Hageman pulls down his 5th rebound unofficially. Starks on the left side for 3. That's good. Tristan picking up his 4th triple of this one. He's gone for 5 threes multiple times this year. Never been able to eclipse that mark. Maybe on the way to doing that this time. as they're going to get a chance to see if he can get another one following that last one as Barbie slices through the lane and lays one through for his third basket in as many trips down the court. Makes it 65-36, and we're right back where we started the second half with a 29-point lead for L Trip. Starks inside, finds McCord on the backside. He'll touch the back with the ball to protect it, lays one up and in, and Xavier McCord up to 18 points. L Trip's lead back to 31, matching the game high with under 17 to go. Finding Glover inside of the paint, feeds to Frederick, drives right side, and at the elbow, he'll swing it back out to Glover. Glover against Chua, draws a double team, banks one off of the glass hard. It's Hageman, tipping the ball to himself, lobs one deep, and ball's going to be deflected away from Jaden McCray, driving the left sideline, and Swan keeping that from turning into a fast break for the Golden Eagles. But the Golden Eagles still looking to find each other. Great passing by Laramie County in this game so far. Inbounds play goes to McCord, down on the block, kicks outside to Hageman. Quick three ball from the wing, no good. McCord just out jumped a bit for the rebound by Swan, who outlets it to Frederick. Frederick at the top of the key, backs it out to Glover. Now they find Barbie on the baseline, tries to split a double team himself, and the behind the back dribble ends up turning the ball over to Chua, who lobs one for McCord on the alley-oop slam. Xavier McCord up to 20 on the assist by Brandon Chua. And it's a Glover trying to answer back as the Golden Eagles built the lead to 33. All L Trip all the way here so far here at home against Eastern Wyoming, trying to get momentum going into next week as Kritnick rolls one along the rim. No good. Hageman picks up the ball, and he's going to be fouled on the way up the court as Kritnick is whistled for the blocking foul in the transition run. 15:50 to go. Just 4 minutes and 10 seconds off of the clock, and L Trip's already put up another 11 points in this second half. This has been an enjoyable game for those that like offensive basketball from the Golden Eagles, but also playing good defense. They've held Eastern Wyoming to just 36 points. Hageman finds McCord on the right side. McCord with 20 points, feeds a pass down to McCray. McCray back to McCord, and now right side Hageman. Screen set by McCord. Hageman steps back, finds Chua. He'll try a three ball. That's good, and everybody lighting it up from beyond the arc for the Golden Eagles as Chua, up to 9 points in the game, becomes the third Golden Eagle to bomb one from deep. 72-36. Hageman forces a shot short off the front of the rim, and Chua there for the board, gets his fourth. As he tries to push it up the court, he's going to get fouled. And the foul goes against Micah Glover. First on Glover in the second half, third on him and third on the team with 15 minutes and 10 seconds to go as it's Starks who slowly walks across the half-court stripe. Tristan looks to McCray as they split the open middle of the court. McCord, it's a screen from Hageman. Reverse layup by Ben. He drives the baseline. He gets one to slip through. He's up to a 12-point game. Hageman really one of those players who, just like last year, has absolutely come alive at the right time of season to be successful as McCord pulls down a rebound after a missed lay-in by the Lancers. And McCord will bring this one forward, but back to Ben Hageman. He has, last year, took fire on the defensive side. This year, defensively and offensively, has been continuing to be a firecracker for the Golden Eagles as McCord gets another 6 points in the second half to add to his tally, up to 22 to lead all scorers. 76-36, L Trip on top with 14:15 to go. Lead shot from the corner, no good. Rebound tipped outside to Starks as he gets his fifth of the game. And Starks will try and slip one through a couple of Lancers. Underneath pass to Chua, who's fouled on the way up, and he's going to step to the line for two on the fourth team foul by Eastern Wyoming. A 40-point lead for L Trip over the Lancers as postseason basketball has not shaken the Golden Eagles. If anything, it's woken something up for the Golden Eagles on the offensive side. But I was just talking with assistant coach Deshaun Portley on the sidelines between the break while waiting for the stat sheets, and he said, you know what? The defense is leading to the offense. And that is, I'm sure, something the Golden Eagles are enjoying seeing. Foul, by the way, was whistled on Varisto, as Ade Varisto got his second. As Jordan Reed subs onto the court, one more free throw for Chua, who missed the front end, trying to get to 10 points. He'd be the fourth Golden Eagle to double figures. Crouches, fires, and gets it. Tripp building the lead to 41 points with under 14 to play in the game. Lots of time left to keep building this lead. They're 23 from hitting the century mark. 109 is their high on the season. That was their last game, and this offense continuing to click as the defense gets another steal. McCord Euros into the lane, misses the shot. Rebound goes outside to Hageman for the offensive board, his third, and Ben's going to step up on the left wing and surveys what's in front of him. Hands off to Jordan Reed, the freshman out of Manual High School in Colorado, gives over to Chua, and to the right side, Hageman. McCord calls for the basketball, backs his way in the wing, fades one up, that's off the front of the rim, and the rebound scooped up by Barbie. John slows it up as it crosses over the timeline with 3:16 to go into the lane, floats one short on the front of the rim, and the rebound outside to Jordan Reed gives the Golden Eagles a chance to push the pace. The transition game rolls Jordan into the lane. He'll get triple team down there, feeds it to Hageman on the left wing, drives underneath, pro hops into the lane, and leaves one short off the front of the rim as Varisto scoops up the board. Still 77-36. Our side and Mbumbu pulls down the ball. Abraham gives it now to Ade Varisto as Hageman nearly swipes the ball away from him, and Ade backs up to give some space. 12:44 to go. Ade leaves one well short on the front of the rim. Chua with his fifth rebound out onto the break again into the lane. They'll call a foul on the floor, though, and the Golden Eagles will be inbounding from underneath their own basket as this one going against David Andrew, who just picked up his second. Already 5 team fouls on Eastern Wyoming. The pace, I think, a little bit more than they want to handle at this point in time because they are getting a little bit slow when it comes to covering into the hole, and that's more on the Golden Eagles attacking than anything else. Inbound goes to Chua, backs up beyond the three-point line, tries the right, crosses to the free throw line, fakes a pass one way. Outside it goes to Hageman, all the way into the hoop. Outside pass to Reed, the three ball from the freshman, no good. Inside, Pedro Ellery fights for the board, but instead it's pulled down by Andrew, and Tripp hustles back on defense. That's the other thing they've done better in this game is keeping the transition defense down. After the last time these two teams played, transition was a way that Eastern Wyoming was really able to dominate. Inside foul called, and Mbumbu is going to see a reach in against Jade McCray, sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. Allen County High School graduate. His high school actually making it into the semifinals, I believe, for Texas State Championships. It's part of some success there for them. Pedro Ellery gets the ball here, and the ball hustled back down the court as the Golden Eagles nearly get it inside, but the ball stolen away, and up the court goes Swan to lay it through, trimming it back to a 39-point game. Golden Eagles still doubling up the Lancers of Eastern Wyoming, 77-38. Pass goes to Ellery, all alone, top of the key. Why not? 80 points for the Golden Eagles as Ellery joins the scoring party. He's one of only, he's actually, I was looking at that, Castro fouled on his way into the hoop, but the only Golden Eagle right now that has not scored, have not played. James Munlin and Raymond Ezeki have been the only ones not to touch the court. Everybody else has gotten into the scorebook for Laramie County, as it has been, once more, a balanced attack for the Golden Eagles. Swan will do the inbounding after the foul was called on the floor against Ben Hageman, his third. Swan inside, fades away after getting the ball back, and the rebound kicks outside to Ellery for his third. Up ahead to Chua. Brandon crosses at the free throw line, gives to Ellery. Hesitates, now gives outside to Chua. Driving against a double team, able to beat them both to the basket, and Chua lays it in for another bucket. Brandon has 6 in the second half. 13 in the game, I believe. 11:05 to go. As the ball goes to Swan, dribbles along the top of the key before it's kicked outside to Swan again. All the way to the hoop. He gets past Ellery, and he's able to lay one in, and that is 40 points now for the Lancers, as Ryan Swan, for the first time in the game, gets onto the scoreboard. It's been quiet. The Lancers offense, though, as I said, really has never been able to keep pace with the Golden Eagles from the start of this one, being doubled up. Ellery, step back three. That's good. Pedro gets his second of the game, and El Trip up by 45, 85-40 here in this opening round, trying to leave no doubt heading into the postseason. Into the lane. Castro blocked off with a glass by Ellery. Tie-up called on the floor as Demetrius McCord dives on top of the ball with Kritnick. And with 10:21 to go, Golden Eagles will get the ball in the jump ball possession arrow, and Starks will come off of the bench back over to the court. Also, Xavier McCord returns to the court for the Golden Eagles. It'll be an inbounds play to Starks, 10:20 to go. Halfway through the second half of this one. Starks up ahead, glides to the top of the key, pulls up for three. That one rolls off of the rim. Kritnick there for the rebound. Goes over to the right side. And Swan will try and attack. Double team forces him back beyond as now they split up and it'll be Starks one-on-one. Bounce pass down into the lane. McCord against Kritnick blocks the ball away. And on a second chance, Kritnick able to lay one through. Golden Eagles lead trimmed back to 43. I say trimmed, but lightly trimmed as McCord pump fakes from three. Bounces one down to his twin brother, Demetrius. Outside, Ellery fades away from the right side. That's no good, and Varisto is there for the rebound. Azate will clear it away from the middle. Reed, we're getting called for the reach, tried to poke the ball away, but Ade was able to get his body in the way first, and Jordan is whistled for his first foul. Fourth team foul on the Golden Eagles, and we've hit the media timeout with 9:37 to go in a fast-paced game here in round one of the Region 9 semifinals, or Region 9 opening round, I should say. Trying to punch a ticket to the Region 9 quarterfinals where the Golden Eagles will play. I'm saying will play. It's going to be tough for Eastern Wyoming to erase this 43-point deficit going into the final 9:37 of this one, but Golden Eagles expecting to play Western Nebraska Community College at 5 o'clock in Casper after WNCC survived, and I mean survived. They got a free throw with 1.1 seconds to go, or a trip to the free throw line with 1.1 seconds to go against North Platte that was able to send them to the Region 9 quarterfinals. After that one was 86-85 North Platte in front. Instead, Western Nebraska got both free throws to go. Some clutch shots there, and the Golden Eagles will take on the Cougars, who they ended up sweeping in the regular season. Took them down in overtime in West Nebraska and then handled them fairly easily here at home. It's part of a little bit of a resurgent surge right before they got into Region 9 play for the Golden Eagles. And looking for the sweep of them as they've done so against Eastern Wyoming. Castro gets the inbounds play, or gets the ball from Andrews after the inbounds. Holds it on the left wing. Dribbles right. Cuts to the hoop. And gets around everybody, but can't get the shot to go as the rebound tipped around. And with Kritnick fighting for the ball with Xavier McCord. And the ball goes out of play, and the crowd murmuring as Kritnick, I think his frustration be vocalized. Right side, Andrew for three. That's good. And it's back to a 40-point lead as David Andrew gets his first basket of the game. That's been the biggest thing the Golden Eagles have been able to do, is they've silenced all the inside threats, and they've done a much better job of running them off of the line from the three-point line. McCord, quick handoff underneath to Demetrius, backs his way into the paint, pump fakes, lays one up, and that's good. Demetrius adding to his tally. He's got 4 points in the game after getting ISO down low. Near side, Ade Varisto leaves one short. That bounces out to Xavier McCord, who's got 5 unofficially as the clock winds to 8:45 to go. McCord brings it top of the key in between the rings. Looks to his left as Ellery flashes from the wing. McCord thought about the three. Instead gives to Pedro. Pulls up and gives it to McCord, who's reset with Andrew guarding him down on the low block. Looking for a cutter. Instead they find an open Jordan Reed from the wing, who rattles one off of the rim twice. Couldn't get it to settle through. And up ahead comes Swan to give it to Castro. Eastern Wyoming gives it back to Castro on the left wing. Jordan Reed trying to stay with him. As Castro backs it up near the half-court stripe, and the ball gets sent back to Varisto. Kritnick fakes it to Varisto, drives the lane himself, and he's going to get fouled by Xavier McCord cutting through the lane. Xavier picks up his third. He's had good luck on the defensive side of things after picking up 2 fouls in the first half. That's his first in the second half, and Kritnick will step to the line for his first opportunities of the game and a chance to score for the first time in the second half. First one, no good. Rolls to the near side. Glover gets back onto the court, as does Barbie. Two guards back out there playing some foul trouble. It's 3 of the 5 on the court now for the Lancers dealing with foul trouble. Shot up and rolls off of the rim. McCord gets the rebound after 0 for 2 from Kritnik at the line. 8 minutes to go. Starks into the lane. This ball stripped out of his hands, but it's last off him as he ran right through the ball and hit it off the back wall. And the Golden Eagles, with 7:58 to go, head back on defense. But again, a 42-point lead for El Trip right now. You can kind of feel the energy has left this gym just a little bit, but not enough to silence the fans as Kritnik gets the ball inside. He's going to step to the line again after another team foul. I think Reed this time is going to get whistled for it as he tried to follow Kritnik through the lane and just a little bit too aggressive going for the block. Kritnik left it short off the side of the rim, and Reed picks up his second, and Kritnik gets another chance. Marco misses another. How about 0 for 3 from Kritnik at the line? 6'7" sophomore out of Serbia. He had 20 points the last time these two teams matched up, and this time just 2. Trying to make it 3, and he gets this one to settle through. 87-46, and the inbounds goes to Starks. 3 points for Kritnik, 46 for EWC. How about 87 for the Golden Eagles? 5 off of doubling up the Lancers, and the Lancers have been chipping into that one, believe it or not, but not enough. Pedro Ellery gets his 3rd triple of the second half. 9 points for Pedro, 1 off of becoming the 5th Golden Eagle to hit double digits. It's going to be tough to figure out who to bring in for an interview in this game. Golden Eagles really sharing the ball around well as Barbie nearly travels with the ball, able to keep that pivot foot down. Sent over to Glover into the lane. He's going to float one off the top of the glass. Starks with a rebound up ahead to McCord. McCord was rising, getting ready to rise up for the dunk. Overran the ball. Ended up getting the ball back, though, and he lays one up, and then he's got 8 in the second half. 24 in the game. 2-pointer from Barbie left short. Another rebound for McCord on the inside, and he saves the ball back out to Starks. 7 rebounds now for McCord unofficially. They'll move it up ahead to Demetrius. Demetrius to Xavier, and the Twins hook up. That's 10 points for Demetrius in the game. 94-46. What was that about the Lancers chipping into the game? A 7-0 run says not so fast. Kritnik gets the ball inside, ends the run on a nice dump off from Andrew. But the Golden Eagles continuing to just pull away. 94-48. They lead this one by 46 points. Looking to hit the century mark, and they're 6:20 to go, just 6 points away from that. Ellery trying to spot up on the wing. Will spot up. That's another one just a little bit too strong, though. Rebound pulled down, and it's Kritnik up the court, who lays one through. A little bit of a tap from Starks and through for the lay-in, and Kritnik's got 5 in the second half, 7 in the game. 50-94, and Starks and slows things down. Walks it over right in front of Coach Dwayne Salisbury. Hands on his hips with Xavier McCord, and Swan working against Xavier as he calls for some cutters into the lane, backs his way in, and trying to rise up against Swan's going to get fouled. Ryan Swan picks up his second, Casper, Wyoming native. We'll send Xavier to the line for the first time tonight. McCord up to 26 points in the game, looking for 27 and 28. Leading scorer for the Golden Eagles, 18 points on average this season. He's going to be adding to that tally. Career leading scorer for the Golden Eagles. He's going to be setting a mark that's going to be tough to break. And Golden Eagles will watch as a couple substitutions come on for the Lancers. Halloween Tall, first time we've called his name onto the court. Frederick also returns to the court as McCord hits the second free throw, and the time's going to be called by the Golden Eagles, or excuse me, a substitution is going to check on for McCord as Jackson Jones will replace Xavier. James Munlin also getting set to sub back in. First time we'll see him out there onto the court as Barbie takes the ball on the left wing, dribbles right, Pass goes between two Eastern Wyoming Lancers. Frederick gets to it first as he's picked up by Ben Hageman on the right side. Fredericks rifles one left, taken by Swan in. Pro hops his way into a floater. That's good, and the lead down to 43. Ryan Swan up to 4 points as L Trip sees Starks jog it up the left side. 95-52. Starks trying a deep three ball. That's good from 26. 98-52 as Tristan Starks finds the bottom of the bucket for the second time in the half, fifth time in the game, matching a season high in threes. He's done it 3 times now, I believe, maybe a fourth. Not 100% sure on that one, but he's definitely taking some fires. The Golden Eagles get another steal. Up ahead to Hageman, who has it blocked from behind. Ellery follows him up, and he's going to get fouled and step to the line as Pedro has the 7th Eastern Wyoming College foul. Give him a chance to hit double figures. Foul goes against Ryan Swan, just trying to avoid giving the easy lay-in for the Golden Eagles. Ellery, for the first time to the line, will have a chance to make some free throws. Golden Eagles 2 of 4 in the second half from the line. 11 of 15 in the game. And he makes the first. He's got 10. 99-52. One more coming up for Ellery at the line. And he leaves it short. Swan there for the rebound. And the Eastern Wyoming Lancers hold off that century mark for at least the time being. 4:34 to go. And trail 92-52 as James Munlin will sub onto the court. Sophomore for the Golden Eagles joins Raymond Dezek, who's also been out there on the court. All bench for the Golden Eagles outside of Ben Hageman. Tall working against Munlin down on the low block. Forces it into Raymond, and it's Munlin pulling down the rebound as he gets his first board on the defensive side in this one. Golden Eagles will give it to Jackson Jones. 3 ball left off the front of the rim as Glover tries to push the pace back the other way. Hageman almost steals it away from him. Jones able to force a pass away from Swan, or excuse me, that was actually Glover or Barbie on the far side. And now, after the steal, the Golden Eagles get another chance to jog it down. 4 minutes to go, 99-52 the score. Demetrius McCord goes left side. Into the lane, banks one off the side. Raymond Dezek gets the rebound, but he can't make good on it, and the ball bounces back into the hands of Tall. Up ahead, they swing that one to Glover, and the 3 ball was taking some time on, and he drops it through for his 4th 3 of the game. 12 points now for Glover, as L Trip lead is down to 44, but with only 3:37 to go, this one is all but in the books right now for the Golden Eagles, who see Ben Hageman taking the air out of the ball. Dribbles it to the right side. Hands off to James Munlin. Gives to Jackson Jones from deep. Jackson spots up from 25. That one off the side of the rim. Raymond Dezek gets to the ball. He'll bank one up and in. And Raymond sends the Golden Eagles above the century mark as he gets his first basket of the game. And now just one Golden Eagle yet to score here on the final home game of the year. That's James Munlin, who's playing defense against Halloween Tall. Halloween takes it to the far side, trying to bullet body up against Munlin. Good defense by James, but they call the foul on the inside, and James picks up his first to send Halloween to the line. So James picks up his first foul. That's the 7th team foul on L Trip. 8 team fouls against the Lancers. Halloween to the line, where he has yet to attempt a free throw. Limited minutes for Halloween in the game. And the French player sets it on the back of the rim, and it falls in. 3 of 6 now from the line are the Lancers in the second half. 50%, which is going to drop down below 50% as the second free throw no good. Swan gets to the rebound, though. They'll lob one backside, and it's going to be Barbie blocked away by Raymond Dezek. And the ball will bay back to the Lancers as he was the last to touch it. 2:52 to go. 101-56. Trip for the second time in a row, hitting that century mark. Barbie driving into the lane. He'll float one off the front rim. No good. Rebound. He'll fight his way up against Raymond Dezek, and another rebound attempt for Munlin. He Couldn't quite grasp that one between the two hands, and it slips back behind him. He was being hounded for the ball by Glover, who was not, or excuse me, by Barbie, who was not content to let that one disappear. Barbie into the lane, flushes one through, and he's going to end up seeing a foul called to send him to the line for another one, I believe, at 58. To 27. And Barbie with a chance at the three-point play. Leading scorer for Eastern Wyoming was 17 points. Makes the free throw. Time's going to be called for a substitution to check on as Abraham Mbumbu will get back onto the court for Eastern Wyoming. 101-59 with 2:38 to go. And the ball will be given to Ben Hageman to bring forward. Over to the left side in front of the booster crowd. Rolls it back to his right. Looking for a backdoor cutter. It's a screen and a roll from James Munlin. And the ball a little bit behind him on the pass. Munlin was cutting to the hoop, looking for something ahead, and ends up seeing the ball go back over to the Lancers with 2:20 to go. Right side, Andrew drops home a jumper. David Andrew takes advantage of a bit of space to get his 5th point. It's a 60-point game now for EWC, down by 41 though. And Ben Hageman brings it to the far side. 2:06 to go. Hageman, it's a screen from Ezeki and now pulls it back near the corner again. 12 on the shot clock. Ben drives inside, looking for a backdoor cutter. Gives it outside to Demetrius. 6 on the shot clock. Demetrius, guarded by Andrews, pulls up for 3 from deep. That one airballed to the left side. Had some good, tight defense in front of him, and the Golden Eagles will see a substitute check on as Castro replaces Glover. Crowd just sticking around right now to celebrate a Golden Eagle victory right now. You can tell that the gym's pretty quiet in this one because a lot of the excitement and tension in the game's been pulled out by the success of this Golden Eagles offense and defense. 101 points. Second time, as I said before, in a row that they've capped the 100-point mark. Swan from the left side gets a second three-point opportunity. Hageman reels in the missed shot, and the ball goes back to Ben to bring forward with 1:23 to go. And he'll once more just take the air out. See if they try to get it to James. He's the only Golden Eagle not to score yet. Now Jackson Jones dribbles it to the left wing. Pump fakes. Looks for Munlin. Left side, Munlin rises, leaves one off the front of the rim. Bounce goes all the way out to Castro. He'll kick it to the near side for Frederick. 3-ball, curls down his way in. And Frederick gets his first field goal of the game. He's got 6. 64 to 101. 1 minute remaining here in the game as the clock winds to 48 seconds to go. Hageman, guarded by Castro. The last possession for the Golden Eagles. They get it to Munlin again. Bounce pass to Jones. Cut off, though, by Andrew. Andrew gets onto the run, feeds it to the right wing. Frederick backs it out beyond the wing, and Zeke follows him out that way. Zeke trying to stay in front of him. Hageman comes over for help. Castro cuts in underneath. Kicks a pass up top to Swan. He drives in. Nice little move. And inside, he's going to be fouled as he takes a slight tumble to the deck. And with 21 seconds to go, we've got free throws coming up for Swan. Golden Eagles don't have to shoot the ball again when they get it back on their side. We'll see how they approach this one. After the free throw is good by Swan. Got 5 points now. And make it 6 as he makes good on the second one as well. 66-101. And the ball inbounded to Hageman. Golden Eagles, again, don't have to take another shot in this game. They can dribble this one through, and it looks like that's going to be what they decide to do as Hageman brings it to the near sideline and will wait to celebrate with his teammates. A big win, number 16 on the season for the Golden Eagles as they get themselves a ticket to Casper. The men and women complete sweeps here at home at Storey Gymnasium. Big wins for both teams. We'll have post-game coverage coming on GoLCCC.com. Big thanks to those of you that tuned in, though. Until next time, until next weekend on Thursday, we'll be in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. And I'll have streaming information for the games up in Casper as well as the Golden Eagles move on to the Region 9 quarterfinals in both men's and women's hoops here at Storey Gymnasium. The final home games of the year are a success. Thanks again for